Small nickel tucked away in your pocket, purse, or coin jar, worth not just 5 cents but a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Sounds unreal, doesn't it? But let me tell you, this isn't just a dream. It's a reality for a lucky few. And guess what? You could be next. Stay with me because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about the 2021 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, why it's turning heads in the coin collecting world, and how you can cash in big. But be warned, missing this opportunity could mean losing out on a fortune. Now, before you go digging through your couch cushions, let's talk about what makes this little coin so extraordinary. Spoiler alert, it's not just because it's shiny. Act 2. The build-up first, let's talk about the basics. The 2021 D. Jefferson nickel is a product of the Denver Mint, one of the key hubs for U.S. coin production. On the surface, it looks like any other nickel, Thomas Jefferson's profile on the front, the iconic Monticello on the back. But what sets this particular coin apart? It's not just its mint year or design. It's the rare errors and variations that make collectors go wild. And here's where it gets exciting. Some of these 2021 D nickels were minted with critical flaws, ranging from misalignments to doubling errors. These imperfections turn an ordinary coin into a collector's holy grail. Imagine owning a piece so rare that it sends bidding wars skyrocketing. Think about it. Who knew a mistake could make you a millionaire? Makes me wish my typos were worth this much. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the market value. Why is this coin worth $1.3 million? Simply put, demand. The coin collecting world is fueled by passionate enthusiasts willing to pay a premium for rare finds. Combine that with the rarity of these error coins, and you've got the perfect recipe for $1 million jackpot. But here's the catch. Not every 2021 D nickel will make you a millionaire. Only certain error coins have reached this astronomical value. How do you know if yours is the one? The resolution and call to action. This is where knowledge becomes power. To identify if your nickel is worth millions, you need to look for specific signs. Double die errors, off-center strikes, or unusual mint marks. A magnifying glass and a good lighting setup are your best friends here. Think of it as playing detective. Sherlock Holmes may have solved crimes, but you could solve your financial worries. The clock is ticking. Every day, collectors are snapping up these rare coins. Don't let yours slip away unnoticed. If you think you've got one, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or grading service immediately. The sooner you act, the better your chances of cashing in big. And if you don't have one yet, don't worry. There are still plenty of hidden treasures out there, waiting to be discovered. In fact, my next video will reveal even more coins that could make you a fortune. So what are you waiting for? Check your change, your jars, your old drawers. That nickel could be your ticket to the life you've always dreamed of. And success favors the prepared. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we uncover even more treasures hidden in plain sight. Imagine finding a coin tucked away in your collection. A coin so rare, it's worth more than a luxury car, maybe even more than a house. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, let me tell you something that will blow your mind. There's a 1992 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel out there, right now worth up to $1.5 million. That's not a typo. You heard it right, $1.5 million. But what if you have one of these coins in your possession right now, sitting in a drawer, collecting dust? What if I told you the next time you check, it could be the moment that changes your life forever? Stay tuned as we uncover the extraordinary story behind the 1992 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, how to spot one, and the shocking truth about its market value. Keep watching because by the end of this video, you'll be on the edge of your seat, wondering if your coin collection is sitting on a gold mine. The year is 1992, a normal year for most Americans. For collectors, however, it's a year that produced a coin unlike any other. The 1992 P Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel is rare in a way that even some seasoned collectors can't believe. For years, this nickel was produced and circulated without much fanfare. It wasn't until a few sharp-eyed collectors started noticing subtle differences that the market went wild. You might be asking yourself, what makes this nickel so special? Well, it's not just any nickel. The Monticello on the reverse of the coin has an error that makes it more valuable than you could imagine. But the real treasure isn't just in the error, it's in how rare this coin is. You see, while most 1992p mint Mark Jefferson nickels are worth a mere few cents, the ones with the error have been known to fetch incredible prices. Prices like $1.5 million. Think about that for a second. A coin worth pennies can become a fortune overnight. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. But it's not impossible, people have done it. In fact, they're still finding these coins. Could one be in your collection right now? Now, let's dive into how you can actually find this treasure in your own collection. The first thing you need to know is how to spot a 1992p mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel with the error. It's all about that subtle yet striking detail on the reverse side of the coin, the Monticello building. The mistake involves a misaligned die, which causes the structure of the building to be more pronounced than intended, and it's this slight variation that makes the coin so valuable. But here's where things get tricky. While there are many 1992p mint Mark Jefferson nickels out there, only a tiny fraction have this rare error. So if you're planning on diving into your collection, or even your pocket change, you need to know exactly what to look for. Time is critical here. Every second you wait could mean missing out on a potential windfall. Remember, if you find one of these coins, the market will be watching. The excitement of discovering one can be overwhelming, but here's the catch. You'll need to be fast. Coins like these get snapped up quickly, and if you wait too long, that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity might slip through your fingers. But don't get too comfortable just yet. You may have the coin, but do you have the proper documentation and grading to prove it? That's the next hurdle. So now you have your rare 1992p mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, and it's in pristine condition. But before you start counting your millions, there's one crucial step. You need to get it authenticated and graded by a professional. The value of a coin is highly dependent on its condition, and trust me, you don't want to risk leaving any money on the table by selling it without proper grading. That's where the real professionals come in. Whether it's the American Numismatic Association or other expert grading services, these organizations will ensure your coin's value is verified. The difference in value between a coin graded as mint state and one graded as good can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, you might be asking, but how do I sell it? Well, the good news is the demand for rare coins is only increasing. Auction houses, rare coin dealers, and online marketplaces are constantly looking for treasures like yours. The right buyer could be just one click away, and when you find them, that $1.5 million price tag could become your reality. But wait, there's more to this story. The market for rare coins is a game of timing, and I'm about to share a secret that could skyrocket your coin's worth even more. It's something that most collectors don't know, and it's the key to unlocking a premium price for your Monticello Jefferson nickel. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video, where I'll reveal how to maximize your coin's potential and avoid costly mistakes that could lose you hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you want to make sure you're always one step ahead in the world of rare coins, you need to hit that subscribe button now. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Remember, opportunities like this don't come around every day. The clock is ticking, and your $1.5 million coin might just be hiding in plain sight. Whether you're ready to sell or simply want to know the true value of your collection, the journey to wealth starts with knowledge. Don't wait any longer. Start your treasure hunt today. What if I told you that a single nickel in your pocket right now could be worth $1.2 million? Yes, you heard that right. One nickel, one piece of 5-cent currency, could change your entire life. Imagine the vacations you could take, the home you could buy, the life you could build. Sounds too good to be true? Keep watching, because I'm about to reveal the story of the 2014p Monticello Jefferson nickel that stunned collectors and made headlines around the world. And guess what? You might have one sitting in a jar somewhere in your home. So before you toss that junk change to your kids for the candy machine, maybe hold on to it, because it might just buy you the candy factory. Now, let me explain why this coin is worth millions and how you can determine if you have one of these hidden treasures. But first, let's take a step back and uncover why this particular coin is such a big deal. The backstory and intrigue. The Jefferson nickel series has a long history dating back to 1938. But not all nickels are created equal. The 2014 Monticello Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, but here's where things get interesting. A few of these coins were struck with a rare minting error, an error so subtle that it escaped detection for years. These errors make this coin a unicorn in the world of numismatics. Collectors crave it, investors fight over it, and you, my friend, could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. But what exactly makes this coin worth $1.2 million? Is it the error, the rarity, or something even more surprising? I'll explain, but before we dive into the details, let's take a moment to understand the world of high-stakes coin collecting. Have you ever wondered why people pay millions for something they can't even spend? Don't worry, you're not alone. Now, back to our $1.2 million nickel. Let's break it down so you can see if your nickel qualifies as a life-changing jackpot. The climax and resolution here are the signs to look for. First, check the mint mark. The P symbol near Monticello indicates it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the coin for any unique features. A doubling on the lettering, an unusual sheen, or even a subtle misalignment in the design. These small details make all the difference. One such coin, authenticated by a top grading agency, sold for an astounding $1.2 million at auction. Imagine the excitement of discovering that in your own collection. But here's the kicker. Not all grading agencies are created equal. Choosing the right one can mean the difference between a small payout and a massive windfall. Want to know the secrets to maximizing your coin's value? I'll share that in just a moment. Time is of the essence, and here's why. Coins like this are rare, and as their value becomes widely known, collectors are sweeping them off the market. The opportunity to cash in won't last forever. Now, here's what you need to do. Go through your loose change, check your collection, and even ask family and friends to dig through theirs. You'd be surprised how many fortunes are hidden in plain sight. The emotional payoff. Imagine the joy of turning an ordinary coin into a legacy for your family. Picture paying off your debts, building your dream home, or even starting a business, all because of one lucky find. This is your chance to rewrite your story. And hey, if you don't find the $1 million coin, at least you'll finally have an organized change jar. That's a win too, right? So what are you waiting for? Your $1 million moment could be just one coin away. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who needs to hear this. You might just change their life too. What if I told you that a simple nickel sitting in your pocket right now could be worth a staggering $1.4 million? That's not a typo, a nickel worth millions. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they have it. Could you be sitting on a hidden treasure? Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal the exact details you need to know to identify this coin and why its value has skyrocketed. Don't worry, after today, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Let's dive in. The story of the 2006 Jefferson nickel is one of rarity, mystery, and unimaginable fortune. Before we talk about its $1 million price tag, let's uncover what makes this coin so extraordinary. The build-up first, let's set the stage. The 2006 Monticello nickel was minted in Philadelphia, featuring President Thomas Jefferson's iconic portrait on the front and his beloved Monticello home on the back. Over 700 million of these coins were produced that year. But here's the twist. Only a handful possess a combination of errors and unique features that send collectors into a frenzy. So what are these features? And how can you tell if you own one of these rare gems? Let's break it down. The first thing to look for is perfection. Ironically, the most valuable 2006 nickels aren't perfect at all. They're riddled with errors. From double dies to misaligned strikes, these flaws make your nickel unique and uniquely valuable. And then there's the piece de resistance. The most coveted feature? A pristine satin finish, minted only for special sets, but somehow released into circulation by mistake. This rare anomaly is what sets the $1 million nickels apart. Collectors and auction houses are willing to pay top dollar for these coins, driving their value to jaw-dropping heights. But here's the catch. Time is running out. The climax and resolution. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever, but it won't last forever. As more people discover their hidden treasures, prices could plateau or even drop. That's why the time to act is now. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. But what if you don't know how to sell it? What if you're unsure about its authenticity? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Voiceover. Here's your next step. Start by consulting a reputable coin dealer or grading service to authenticate your nickel. Certification from organizations like PCGS or NGC can turn your discovery into a guaranteed payday. The 2006 Monticello Jefferson nickel. It's more than just spare change. It's your ticket to financial freedom, a symbol of wealth hidden in plain sight. So go ahead, check your pockets, jars, and drawers. Your future could be hiding in the smallest of places. What if I told you a small coin sitting in your drawer could change your life forever? Yes, a single nickel, one you might overlook as pocket change, could be worth over $1.5 million. Today, we're diving into the 1998 D-Mint Mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that collectors are battling over, driving its value to staggering heights. Now, before you rush to check your coin jar, ask yourself, what would you do with $1.5 million? A dream home? Early retirement? Or maybe that exotic vacation you've always wanted? Hold on to that thought, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to see if you own this hidden gem. And let me warn you, missing this information could mean throwing away a fortune without even knowing it. And by the way, don't go digging through your couch cushions just yet. Trust me, I've tried. Spoiler alert, all I found were stale Cheetos. The story and discovery. Let's go back to 1998, the year these rare coins were minted. To the untrained eye, the 1998 D. Jefferson nickel looks just like any other 5-cent piece. But its value lies in the details that only the sharpest collectors notice. And here's the twist. Not all 1998 D nickels are worth millions. There's one specific trait that makes it stand out, and it's the key to unlocking its incredible value. We'll get to that in just a moment. So why is this coin so special? It all starts with a minting error. These imperfections, like misaligned dies or double designs, transform ordinary coins into priceless treasures. And the 1998 D. Jefferson nickel? It's the king of minting anomalies. How many times have you casually spent a nickel without giving it a second glance? Scary, isn't it? That 5 cents could have been your ticket to a 7-figure payday. Now, let me tell you about one lucky collector who turned a simple nickel into $1 million windfall. Insert brief anecdote of a collector who sold a similar coin for millions, real or hypothetical for dramatic effect. But here's the burning question. How can you tell if your 1998 D nickel is the one? Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what to look for. The resolution and call to action, all right? Here's what you need to do. Flip your nickel over and closely inspect the Monticello building on the back. Look for signs of doubling, a subtle doubled image caused by a minting error. It's known as a double die reverse. This small detail could be the difference between 5 cents and $1.5 million. Next, examine the D-Mint mark near the Monticello. A clear, well-defined mint mark combined with a pristine condition makes this coin even more desirable. Oh, and don't forget the coin's grade. A professional appraisal could significantly boost its value. Remember, these coins are disappearing from circulation as collectors snatch them up. Waiting even a day could mean missing out on your chance to cash in. So, what's the next step? Should you sell it immediately, hold on to it for even greater value, or get it graded first? Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine walking into an auction house or listing your coin online and watching the bid skyrocket. Now, doesn't that sound like the kind of story you want to tell your grandkids? If you've got a 1998 D. Jefferson nickel, or any old coins for that matter, don't wait. Take action now. Get it checked, graded, and appraised. This one decision could change your life forever. And hey, if you find out it's only worth 5 cents, you can always use it for parking. This is your moment to turn pocket change into a fortune. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Subscribe now for more tips on rare coins that could make you a millionaire. And remember, every coin tells a story. What will yours be? This script uses storytelling, suspense, and emotional engagement to captivate your audience while providing actionable advice. Let me know if you'd like to. Imagine living in the home of your dreams, driving the car you've always wanted, or taking that luxury vacation you've been planning for years. What if I told you that all of this could start with a single coin hiding in your pocket change? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's true, and today, I'm going to reveal the story of the elusive 1993 Monticello Jefferson nickel, worth a staggering $1.5 million in the current market. But here's the catch. Not everyone who owns one realizes its worth. Could you be sitting on a fortune without knowing it? Stay with me because what you're about to learn could change your life forever. And before you think, yeah, right, just another wild story, let me ask you this. Have you ever checked the coins in your jar, drawer, or car's cup holder? Maybe it's time to take a closer look. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The build-up, let's start with the facts. The 1993 Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia, seems ordinary at first glance. Over 700 million were minted that year. But within this massive production, a rare error occurred, creating an extremely limited number of coins with a unique and valuable anomaly. These errors were so subtle that they went unnoticed for years, making these coins even rarer than most collectibles. Here's where the excitement builds. In 2023, one of these 1993 nickels sold for an eye-popping $1.5 million at a prestigious auction. Why? Because of a highly sought-after minting error that collectors are desperate to find. Could your nickel be the next record-breaking coin? Or maybe you're thinking, come on, who would pay that much for a nickel? Well, the answer is simple. Wealthy collectors who understand the value of rarity. And trust me, they're out there. What makes this coin so special? It's all in the details. These nickels feature a distinct doubling on the Monticello engraving or a die misalignment that's nearly impossible to spot with the naked eye. Experts call this the perfect storm of errors because it's both rare and visually stunning. But here's the burning question. How can you tell if you're holding one of these million-dollar treasures? Don't go anywhere because I'll explain exactly what to look for next. The resolution and call to action. Now that you're intrigued, it's time to act. First, grab any nickels you have from 1993 with a P mint mark. You'll find the mint mark right next to Thomas Jefferson's portrait. Next, examine the Monticello building on the back. Look for signs of doubling, uneven text, or faint misalignments. Not sure? Don't worry. Many local coin dealers or online appraisal services can verify your find. But here's the catch. Collectors are actively seeking these coins right now. The market is hot, and prices could fluctuate. Waiting too long might mean missing out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And if you're wondering, what if I don't have one? That's okay too. Keep checking your change and don't forget to look through old jars and drawers. You never know what treasure is hiding in plain sight. Remember, this isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about what that coin represents. The chance to rewrite your financial story, to take control of your future, and to finally live the life you've always dreamed of. So, are you ready to take the first step? Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with anyone who might have their own hidden treasure. Together, we'll uncover the secrets of rare coins and unlock the wealth they hold. Imagine waking up one day, reaching into an old jar of coins, and pulling out a small nickel that could completely transform your life. What if I told you that a humble-looking 2000 Monticello Jefferson nickel could be worth an astonishing $1.2 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single nickel that could unlock the door to the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. But here's the kicker. Most people have no idea they even own one. Could you be holding onto this hidden treasure without realizing it? Before you roll your eyes and say, sure, I'll just retire on spare change, let me show you why this isn't just wishful thinking. Because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what to look for, but also how to turn that forgotten nickel into your ticket to financial freedom. So grab your coffee, because this might just be the most valuable 10 minutes you've ever spent. Act 2. The story and building excitement. Let's rewind to the year 2000, the dawn of a new millennium. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy producing billions of coins, including the Monticello Jefferson nickel. But something extraordinary happened during this production run. A small batch of these nickels was struck with such a rare and flawless error that coin collectors today are willing to pay millions to own one. Why? Because it's not just a coin. It's a masterpiece, a symbol of perfection that defied the odds. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The rarest 2000p Monticello nickels are graded as MS68 or higher by professional grading services. What does that mean? It means these coins are nearly perfect. No scratches. No wear. Just flawless beauty. And if you're lucky enough to find one, collectors will line up with their wallets wide open. But here's the scary part. For every person who discovers one, hundreds of others unknowingly spend theirs on a cup of coffee. So how do you know if your 2000p Jefferson nickel is the one? Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal the key details that could change everything. The details and call to action first. Examine the coin's condition. Does it look almost brand new, as if it just left the mint? Next, take a closer look at the Monticello building on the back. The rare coins often have sharp, well-defined details that stand out under magnification. Lastly, consider the coin's color. A bright, lustrous nickel is far more likely to be valuable than a dull or tarnished one. Now, before you start tearing apart your sofa or interrogating your piggy bank, let me hit you with some real talk. Finding this nickel isn't just about luck. It's about being informed and prepared. Remember, opportunities like this don't wait around. Just imagine. The same coin that's sitting in a dusty jar on your shelf could be auctioned for over $1 million. In a moment, I'll share the exact steps you need to take to get your coin professionally graded and sold. But first, let's talk about urgency. Coins like these don't just grow in value forever. The market can change at any moment. And with more people discovering rare coins every day, the window to cash in big might be closing. The call to action. So, what's stopping you? The difference between living an average life and unlocking true financial freedom could be sitting right in your pocket. Don't wait. Check your coins, get them graded, and take action now. Who knows? That tiny nickel could be the start of your millionaire journey. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who might also be sitting on hidden treasure. Let's uncover these life-changing opportunities together. A small, unassuming coin sitting in the corner of your drawer right now could be worth a staggering $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. One nickel, $1.4 million. But here's the kicker. Only a handful of people know why or how to spot one. What if I told you this coin could change your life forever? Stay with me, and by the end of this video, you'll not only know what makes the 1989p Monticello Jefferson nickel worth a fortune, but you'll also learn how to identify one that could be sitting in your pocket right now. But here's a question. What's more valuable, the coin or the knowledge to spot one? Spoiler alert, it's both. And you're about to have both in your hands. Let's start with the story behind this fascinating coin. Back in 1989, the Philadelphia Mint released millions of Jefferson nickels. For the average collector, they were just another year of production. But here's where it gets interesting. Among these millions, a microscopic fraction, literally one in millions, had a mysterious error, a hidden flaw, that transformed an everyday nickel into a gold mine. And let's be honest, when most people hear nickel, they're not exactly thinking luxury yacht or early retirement. But for the lucky few who stumbled upon this error, that's exactly what it meant. Now, before you rush off to raid your old coin jar, there's something you need to understand. The 1989p Jefferson nickel became legendary not just because of its rarity but because of the demand it created. The Monticello design error, combined with its pristine condition, has collectors worldwide scrambling to pay top dollar, or should I say top millions, for this coin. But here's the twist. Most people don't even know this coin exists, let alone what it looks like. Could you unknowingly be holding on to one right now? Hold on to that thought. Now, let's talk numbers and why this coin commands a jaw-dropping $1.4 million in the market today. First, let's break down the key characteristics that make this nickel so extraordinary. One critical factor is the Monticello design on the reverse side. A rare minting flaw causes this design to appear slightly off-center, with subtle details that most people overlook. It's not the kind of thing you'd notice unless you knew exactly what to look for. And that's the secret. Most people don't. But here's the thing, condition matters. In fact, the difference between a $50 nickel and a $1.4 million nickel comes down to a microscopic detail. What is it? Don't worry. I'll explain that in just a moment. Another factor is provenance. Coins with impeccable documentation, meaning their journey from mint to collector, is another reason they soar in value. Imagine holding a piece of history so rare that the world's most prestigious collectors are fighting over it. That's what makes the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel worth millions. But there's a catch. And no, the catch isn't convincing your family that digging through the couch cushions for nickels is a solid financial strategy. Although, you might want to start there. Now, let's get into the practical steps. How can you tell if your 1989 P. Jefferson nickel is the one worth $1.4 million? First, grab a magnifying glass. This isn't the time to rely on your, I think I see something, eyesight. Examine the Monticello design carefully. Look for misalignments, subtle doubling, or a weak strike on the mint mark. These errors, though tiny, are the difference between a regular nickel and a life-changing treasure. But here's the question you might be asking. What if I don't have the tools or the expertise to spot these details? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Get your coin graded. This is the golden ticket to verifying its authenticity and value. Contact a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give you a professional assessment that could skyrocket your coin's market worth. Imagine the excitement of learning that your coin isn't just rare, it's legendary. By the way, have you ever wondered why collectors are willing to pay millions for coins? Is it the history, the prestige, or simply the thrill of owning something no one else has? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And finally, step 3. Sell strategically. Auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers are your best bet. These platforms attract the world's top collectors, meaning you'll get maximum exposure and maximum value for your treasure. Let me leave you with this thought. Opportunities like this don't come around often. How many times have we dismissed something small and ordinary, only to realize later it was extraordinary all along? That coin sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or your old piggy bank could be the key to your dream lifestyle. But only if you act now. Don't wait until it's too late. Grab your coins, start searching, and take action today. And remember, knowledge is power. Knowing what to look for is the first step toward turning an ordinary object into extraordinary wealth. And who knows, your 1989 P. Jefferson nickel might just be the one that changes everything. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on how to spot valuable coins and turn small finds into big fortunes. What if I told you that the humble nickel in your pocket could hold the key to a life of unimaginable wealth? Yes, you heard that right. A 1964 Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, just sold for a staggering $1.3 million. Could you be sitting on a fortune and not even know it? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to turn an ordinary coin into a millionaire's dream. But hey, before you start rating your couch cushions, let's get one thing straight. Not every nickel is worth its weight in gold, or in this case, platinum. The journey and discovery to understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to go back in time. The year was 1964. The Beatles were taking the world by storm, and the United States Mint was busy producing billions of Jefferson nickels. But among these ordinary coins, a few extraordinary specimens emerged. And it's these rare coins that carry the power to change your life forever. So what makes this coin so special? First, it's the lack of a mint mark. Most 1964 nickels were produced in either Philadelphia or Denver, but the no mint mark signifies that this coin was struck in Philadelphia. While that may sound ordinary, here's the twist. Only a handful of these coins were accidentally struck using an incredibly rare die. These are the coins collectors dream about. Think of it like winning the lottery, but instead of picking numbers, you're picking nickels. The most recent auction sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. This little piece of metal fetched $1.3 million. Imagine that, a coin you can barely buy a candy bar with, now worth more than a luxury mansion. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you know if your 1964 Jefferson nickel is one of the lucky few? The resolution and call to action. Let's break it down. The first thing you'll need is a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Examine the Monticello building on the reverse side. Look for sharp details, unusual textures, or even doubling, a telltale sign of a rare strike. And remember, the absence of a mint mark is non-negotiable. If it's there, it's game over. Next, study Jefferson's profile. Are there any peculiarities in the design? A rare die often leaves tiny imperfections that could mean a life-changing payday for you. And don't go grabbing any old nickel and yelling, "I'm rich." Your dog might believe you, but the coin dealer won't. If you think you've found the real deal, don't hesitate. Reach out to a reputable coin grading service to authenticate your find. Time is of the essence. With the demand for rare coins skyrocketing, today's million-dollar coin could be worth even more tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, what will your story be? Will you be the person who let $1 million slip through their fingers? Or will you seize the opportunity to change your life forever? What if I told you that a small coin sitting in your pocket right now, or tucked away in an old jar, could turn your life around and make you a millionaire? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But today, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about a 1984 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel that recently sold for an astonishing $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single nickel. Before you toss aside that pile of change, let me ask you something. How would it feel to sell an old coin and suddenly have enough money to quit your job, pay off your debts, or buy your dream home? Let's find out if your 1984 nickel is hiding a golden secret. And hey, before you say, "Oh, my coins are worthless," remember, someone thought the same thing before cashing in $1 million payday. So, are you really ready to take that chance? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know what makes this coin so valuable, how to check if you have one, and most importantly, how to sell it for the maximum payout. But first, let's dive into the surprising story behind this unassuming nickel. The build-up in value. Let's go back to 1984. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy striking millions of Jefferson nickels. But among the sea of ordinary coins, a few came out not so ordinary. One of these extraordinary coins recently broke records at auction, fetching an eye-watering $1.2 million. The big question is, why? What makes this nickel so special? Here's a hint. It's not just about the date or the mint mark. It's something far rarer. Collectors and experts alike are fascinated by this coin because of its perfect mint condition, or as they call it, a full-step strike. Now, what's that, you ask? On the back of the Jefferson nickel is Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic home. Coins with clearly visible, uninterrupted steps on Monticello are incredibly rare, especially from the 1984 batch. And rarity equals value. In fact, less than 0.01% of all 1984 nickels have this feature. And that's just one piece of the puzzle. So, before you go squinting at every nickel under a flashlight, let me tell you, it's not just about the steps. There's more to it. Another factor driving the value is its pristine condition. This particular coin received a mint state 67 grade from professional coin graders. Think of this like scoring a 10 out of 10 on a report card. Except this report card is worth $1 million. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that even nickels in less than perfect condition could still sell for thousands of dollars? That's right. And in a moment, I'll show you exactly how to identify these valuable coins and what steps to take next. The payoff and call to action. Now that you know what makes the 1984 P. Jefferson nickel so valuable, let's get practical. First, grab any old nickels you have from 1984. Check for the Philadelphia P Mint mark, which you'll find right next to Monticello on the back. Then, look closely at the steps on Monticello. Are they clear and uninterrupted? If so, you could be holding onto a fortune. Now, I can already hear you thinking, but what if my coin has some wear and tear? Here's the good news. Even if your nickel isn't in perfect mint condition, it could still fetch hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars at auction. So, are you going to leave your nickels sitting in that dusty jar? Or are you ready to take action and potentially change your life? But wait, there's one more thing you need to know. Selling these coins for their maximum value requires strategy. Don't just list them on any random auction site. Instead, have them professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. And when it's time to sell, consider working with reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. And here's the best part. There's a growing demand for rare coins right now. Collectors are paying top dollar. But this trend won't last forever. The market could shift at any moment. So, if you've got a rare coin like this, the time to act is now. If you want to learn more about rare coins that could be worth millions, or if you're ready to unlock the secrets of your coin collection, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Don't miss your chance to turn pocket change into life-changing wealth.